call the meeting to order. Please rise for the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Aldermember Starr.
Here.
Plackty.
Here.
Carey.
Here.
Polson.
Here.
Ellert. Kerrigan.
Yep.
Mayor Barner.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Good. Welcome to all the visitors tonight. Thanks for showing up. Appreciate it. We'll move right into the consent agenda. We'll go with the chairperson of the finance committee.
Yes, we met tonight and we had all of us there and we just had a few questions. I will say that this was our last finance meeting with Amy. And, we wish her well on her new job. We're gonna miss her terribly. And she has done a phenomenal job of answering questions and providing information and reports. So I would like to give a big kudos to Amy. Glad we had her for the short time that we did. So with that, I'll make a motion that we approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor? 6-0. Thank you very much. All right. Moving to the mayor report, not a whole lot. I have started the podcast. We have 5 episodes up. One on the electrical infrastructure, one on the new sidewalks. One I spoke with Jason Hawkins with the Odessa Faith Alliance. And there was also, new business owners of the year, Amy and Scott Burnett. And I just got done with doing one with Pam Corn, Odessa Helping Hands. So give a listen, I think you like what you hear. The awards banquet for the chamber was amazing. Terica and Robin Jones, they did a wonderful job out there at Hilltop. I had not been there before. What an amazing place that is. Had a good time there. And I will be attending the legislative conference in Jefferson City coming up on the 18th and 19th month. Looking forward to that. And with that, we'll move to the Alderman reports. Alderman Piper. Thank you. Alderman Terry.
I just want to echo what Donna said about Amy. It's been good to have you. You've been a great addition, great hire. We look forward to
Is your mic
the
on?
many.
Yep, there it is.
We look forward to the things you have in your future. So, have a bright future. One other announcement, due to the pending snow, on Wednesday night, we are going to postpone the Ward 3 meeting. We do not have a specific date on when we will move it to. We need to check the community building calendar. I know it's pretty full, but we hope to postpone that and meet at a later night. Other than that, that's all I have.
Thank you. Alderman Wilson.
Yes, I had a resident contact me on North Wells about a smoke air quality nuisance created by an outside boiler, and she asked that we take a look at our ordinance or see if there's a way we can help out with that.
Okay. The information, Sean, check into it. Alderwoman Eller.
Nothing tonight, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Alderwoman Starr.
Nothing tonight, Mr. Mayor.
And Alderman Terry.
Likewise with Carla, I had a resident contact me. As incredible as it seems, all the chip and seal that we have done with the snow, at least in Clayton Park, there are people that are a little disappointed on how that has resulted. I've indicated to them that we will try to do anything we can to assist. Since I live in Clayton Park, I can attest to the fact that it is torn up a little bit. And unfortunately, I think we're probably going to get a repeat come Wednesday and Thursday of this week. But we'll try to do the best we can to clean up everything and anything that we can. So I know you guys do a great job, and unfortunately, you're about ready to be tested.
Very good. City Administrator report.
Good evening, Mayor and Board of Aldermen. This upcoming weekend is the Partners for the Park Reverse Raffle event, so they're working hard to prepare for that. We also have soccer signups until the 17th, and baseball and softball signups will be starting. We'll start this upcoming week as well. We do not have any home games this weekend due to the reverse raffle, so just because of staffing. So all the games will be played in other cities. And then we have our last basketball game scheduled for next Saturday. The pool contract is being sent over to us from Midwest Pool Management. The park board will review that on Wednesday, and then we'll bring back to you at the next Board of Aldermen meeting. You guys, Donna, you beat me to the punches on the announcement for Amy, but we are sad to see her leave. She's been a great asset to us and a great addition to our financial department. So her last day will be February 21st. So let's see. From the city clerk, we are NPR, right? Provides the health.
NPR.
NPR, sorry, provides a mental health aider training that's available to our staff that just trains them in different mental health signs so they can be there for maybe our other staff or even our community members who may be in need. So we're looking to send a few of our employees to that. We are also looking to, there was a previous request at one point to add Juneteenth holiday, so we're looking to bring that to the board in the upcoming weeks. Karen's been working to get the W-2s and the 1095s out, so those are ready to go and have been distributed to our employees. We have a small grocery store that's currently going through the permit process. It will be at the location where the Zip used to be, the restaurant. So they've bought the entire area and they're proposing to do an Indian restaurant, the laundromat, and then a small grocery store. So they're going through the permitting, liquor licensing, all of those things, business licensing as we speak. On May 7th, we'll have our city health fair for our employees. Like the mayor said, the MML elected officials legislative training is on February 18th through 19th, where Mickey, the mayor, Colin, and Mike will be in attendance. We'll also be conducting interviews for our water operator position in the upcoming week or two. That position's been vacant for a while now. We started the application process and the interview process and then put it on hold due to lack of applicants. So we're gonna try again. And let's see, for the street and water department, the street department is working on the community building bathroom renovation. So that's starting this week and will carry into next week. So we're really grateful for their ability to help us out with that building maintenance need. They're also preparing and have equipment ready for the snow preparation that's upcoming. And then they'll start working on installing, as soon as we've done the dedication for Pine Creek, they'll start working on installing 60 meters at Pine Creek. As for electric, they've also been working on Pine Creek to get the wire pulled and the transformers and cabinets installed. So that's been coming along. As soon as all of those things are completed, then we'll move forward with the dedication documentation to the Board of Aldermen. Troy's also been working with Advanced Industries, who's looking into doing some possible electric upgrades to their facilities. And they've been just doing some minor pole installations and pole replacements. We also have a vendor coming to assist us with some substation updates and substation protection options. So that will likely be seen in the upcoming CIP for the electric department. So he's working on refining those numbers now. And also doing a great job of following the state legislature and the things that are going through that could or are going to impact local government electric departments. For the police department, we have, I won't even mention it, but we have a new employee that you'll soon meet. And just a heads up, National SRO Day, School Resource Officer Day, is February 15th. And we have, these are all date related, but we have the upcoming police facility focus group on February 18th. From March 3rd through the 7th, the Milo simulator will be at City Hall for police staff and even elected officials if they'd like to come try it out. They're more than welcome. We have Public Service Recognition Week, which is the first week of May that we'll be participating in for our employees. And Law Enforcement Day is May 14th in Higginsville. So that is for all of the 5th grade students in the county. And lastly, both Bubba and Chief Thompson have been certified to be peer support members. So that's a program where they can, in times of tragedy or catastrophic events that impact our employees, they are then trained to be able to have those discussions with the employees who have been impacted. So they have been officially trained. We'll have a few additional PD employees that will be trained from peer support as well. And the great thing about it is they will be trained to not only help police officers in need, but any city employees or even other jurisdictions that may need it, they can help. As for community development, we've been working with our engineers on some stormwater things for Jones Warehouse, which is the addition that's going in at 7th and Dryden. We've also been working with our engineers to look at some stormwater needs that the city has outside of that development along Dryden Street. Much needed improvements there. And then Pine Creek, they're continuing with their inspections for framing and walls. They are moving right along with the building of those fourplex townhomes. So we also have the rough-in inspection completed for 300 South 3rd Street. That's also a fourplex. And then we have a planning and zoning meeting this week on Thursday, where we'll continue our workshops on zoning. Lastly, we have the Odessa mini storage applicant. They are adding additional outside indoor storage over off of Spring Street. So they've moved past the plan review phase for that. And then one really big announcement for you all, you might have seen already, but the sidewalk project is officially out for bid. So that is live, it's posted. We are waiting for those bids to come in, and we'll have our bid opening on February 27th. So a very big check mark milestone for that project.
It's a party.
I will be attending a certification training this week for the Missouri Economic Development Council. It's a training to help me to better understand how to market our community and the state of Missouri to businesses that are seeking to relocate to the state. So, very excited about that. One thing you might have noticed, we would have normally had a budget workshop tonight. We did not have a budget workshop tonight. Amy and I have been working probably very close to nonstop on the budget, trying to get it to be at a place that is good. So with that, we've had some struggles trying to get the budget balanced. So what I'm proposing for the first budget workshop, which will be prior to our next meeting on February 24th, is more of a roundtable discussion where we can talk about some of the higher level things that are to come and some of our revenue needs that we foresee needing to discuss. So we will have, I think it'll be a great conversation. We have some high level things to get to. We have things like the reservoir. We have things like the utility funds and their revenue sources. Things are just a little bit harder right now with the revenue not coming in. The expenditures are higher than the revenue that's coming in. So it's been a little bit of a challenge. So I think it'd be best if we just talked it out. So we'll do that on February 24th. We will also be bringing you the revised liquor ordinance for city property in an upcoming meeting. And I've already mentioned that, the dedication for Pine Creek. And then we also have received one audit bid. So Amy put that bid out. We've received one back, so we're working on getting the contract documents with them, and we'll bring that to you all here in the next week or 2 weeks. Lastly, the last thing I have to you is I'm starting up conversations again with Socket Fiber. I just wanted to let you all know that that's coming down the pipeline. Originally, when we first started our fiber conversations and we implemented our new right-of-way ordinance, we had both Socket and Brightspeed that were interested in coming to Odessa. Brightspeed was able to get through the process from start to finish while Socket put their process on hold. So they're wanting to start that back up again. So more to come on that. That's all I have for you tonight. Any questions?
What was the date of that training that the police were doing in the basement of City Hall?
March 3rd through 7th.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Sean,
Yes.
are we gonna need to double down on the budget meetings, since it seems like we're gonna get a little bit of a late start?
Yeah, I will let you guys know the final, schedule here soon. We might need to do one special meeting. I'm not 100% sure at this time, but, things have changed kind of in the last couple days, so we're just trying to kind of come up with a good game plan, but I will let you know as soon as possible if we do have to do a special meeting.
I think it's appropriate that you get us together as often as you need so that we can
Yes,
timely put this budget to bed.
yes,
Okay.
agreed.
Thanks, Sean.
Yes, planning and zoning is on the 19th, I believe. Not this week. Is it the 20th? The 20th. Next Thursday, not this Thursday. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, do we have any public comments tonight? Seeing none, we'll move on to old business, which there is none. And I'll move on to new business. Alderman Carey.
I'd like to make amendment to the agenda to have a roundtable discussion about the 1912 contract.
You're making a motion to that effect?
Yes.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
You got a motion and a second to amend the agenda to have a discussion on the 1912 building.
Real estate contract.
Yeah, real estate contract, that's what I was looking for. And so I've got a motion and a second, all in favor? 6-0. We'll just lead in with that. Let's go ahead and start that discussion.
Can we start with the school resource officer and the special event
Sure,
first?
Sure, I have no problem with that. Anybody else got a problem with that? Oh, very good.
I guess.
We do have a special
Yeah.
introduction. Our new SRO officer, Chief Thompson.
I'll ask John Newman to step up here, so. This is one of the highlights of my job. I'd like to introduce staff. I've known John for a lot of years and happy to bring him on board. First, I'd like to share, John Newman is going to take over a school resource officer position at the high school. But I want you to know that he's also a veteran of the U.S. Coast Guard. So I appreciate his service to our country. He's going to take over after the retirement of Greg Daniel, former school resource officer at the high school. He did work for the Odessa Police Department as a part-time police officer for a couple of years, maybe 2019 to 2021, somewhere through the COVID period, somewhere in that time frame. John comes with SRO experience. He has already worked at Concordia School Districts and some other small school districts in Lafayette County. I'll let you know, the Odessa School District population, staff, students, faculty is about 2,300 over there. It's a small city, and very proud that we can put a dedicated SRO in each of those facilities over there. About 333,000 square feet worth of facilities in our school district, and they patrol all of that space. John comes to us with years of experience, as I said. He is a national and state certified school resource officer. He's a certified DARE instructor. He's a certified ALICE instructor, which ALICE is a program of teaching civilians how to protect themselves in those types of environments, active intruder environment. So he can go in and teach those civilians. He's a certified CPTED. I'm not sure what that, how you pronounce that, other than the way I just did it, but basically it's a crime prevention program through environmental design. It's a new program that the school district probably hasn't seen yet, and I'm anxious to see John bring some of those ideas to the district. Outside of school resource officer, I've known John for a lot of years because of crime scene. So I worked a lot of crime scene investigations in my career, and John's a certified crime scene technician. So we worked a lot there. I would like to say he's been with the district now 2 weeks, right? Right at a week and a half, actually. Week and a half, so it's brand new for him. Not the job's brand new, but it's brand new experience getting into the district. And I will say that he's already making a lot of positive impacts with the students. I've already got a ton of feedback, not only from the administration, but from teachers and students. I have family in the school district, and they all say very positive things about John. So thank you for that. One thing that I would like to share at the end is he's taking a lead on a program that's already been in place, a teen group, Traction, Teens Taking Action to Prevent Traffic Crashes. And he and school resource officer Dylan Radigan are going to work closely with this group to bring some positive changes to Odessa. Very, very confident of that. So welcome aboard, John. Thank you. Happy
Certainly welcome to have you. We're grateful to have you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
All right, now we'll move to our discussion on the 1912 bill.
No, one more.
We're gonna move them down to there. We want to do this.
Well, no, just tell me where I am. All right. Well, then we'll move right on to the special event.
That's,
All right. For the Odessa Chamber of Commerce Rodeo. This is, well, is Kelsey here or Kelsey's proxy?
Kelsey's proxy.
Come on. I'm assuming this is the same as we've done the last couple of years. Unless you tell me otherwise.
No, we've done this a few years now. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Kathy Thompson. I am a member of the rodeo committee, have been for a hot minute or two. We're going to try to do the same thing, only better. We did last year, the 21st and 22nd of June. We asked for curfew relief those 2 nights because we just can't do it.
20th and 21st.
Sure.
Okay.
All I
Great
know
start.
is the 3rd weekend of June. My entire life has been sweating at that arena. Always. So that weekend we'll do that. We're going to do the beer sales again. They went really well last year. We changed them up a little bit from that first year. Had no problems whatsoever. Made a really nice profit. As you know, the proceeds of the rodeo all go straight back to the community. We divide those. A third goes to the chamber operating budget, a third goes back to the rodeo, and a third goes to the community betterment projects. And we're ordering Wayfinder signs.
Yes.
For big news. So those projects, what we talked about for the bridge, those are rodeo proceed projects. So if you have any questions, I'll entertain those. Otherwise, yes, ma'am.
so you said you changed up beer sales last year. Are you not, you're changing them again this year? to
No,
make
we're
them
gonna
better?
leave them just like they were last year.
And there was no problems at all. so-
No problems whatsoever.
So Chief, you didn't say anything was an issue from last year.
Thought it went really well. I helped out at the gate, so it
Yeah,
was great.
we appreciate all the volunteers. Mark your calendars because we will be getting you up to help. It's a fun bit.
Already done.
I love that. I love that. Any questions?
I don't have any more. I'll make a motion.
Make a motion.
I'll make a motion that we approve the special event application for the Odessa Chamber of Commerce Rodeo.
Make it seconds. All right. Got a motion and a second. All in favor? 6-0.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Who seconded? Mickey, okay, thank you.
All right.
No, it's okay.
Moving on to bill number 2025-03. Introduction and readings of bill number 2025-03, repealing ordinance number 3132 that approved the amendment of chapter 2, article 2 Mayor and Board of Aldermen Division 2 meetings, Section 2-59 of the Code of Ordinances of the City of Odessa. I would take a motion to approve the first reading of the bill.
I'll make a motion to approve the first reading of bill number 2025-03, first and second reading. First reading.
Second.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Discussion. Oh, I'm sorry. All in favor? 6-0, now discussion. No discussion, want to move on? Let's just go right on in. We'll do the second reading. Introduction and reading of bill number 2025-03, bill ordinance number 3132 that approved the amendment of chapter 2, article 2, Mayor and Board of Aldermen Division 2 meetings, section 2-59 of the Code of Ordinances of the City of Odessa, second reading.
I'll make a motion that we approve second reading and approve the bill as an ordinance of bill number 2025-03.
Second.
We have our motion and a second. Roll call.
Aldermember Placty,
Yes.
Carey,
Yes.
Polson,
Yes.
Eller,
Yes.
Kerrigan,
Yep.
Star.
Yes.
Okay, motion carried, given ordinance number 3143.
Good. Moving on to bill number 2025-04. Introduction and readings of bill number 2025-04, amending chapter 2, article 2, Mayor and Board of Aldermen Division 2 meetings, section 2-59 of the Code of Ordinances of the City of Odessa. And this moves the meetings to twice a month. All right.
Second.
Take a motion to
I'll
approve.
make the motion to approve the first reading of bill number 2025-04, amending chapter 2, article 2.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor? Any discussion? Moving on to second reading. Introduction and readings of bill number 2025-04, amending chapter 2, article 2, Mayor and Board of Aldermen Division 2 meetings, secretary, section 2-59 of the Code of Ordinances of the City of Odessa, second reading.
I'll make a motion to approve the second reading and approve the bill as an ordinance. It is bill number 2025-04, amending chapter 2, article 2, so that we have meetings 2 times a month.
I'll second again.
Got a motion and a second. Roll call.
Aldermember Carey,
Yes.
I should have done that. Polson,
Yes.
Eller,
Yes.
Kerrigan,
Yes.
Star,
Yes.
Placty.
Yes.
Okay, motion carried, given ordinance number 3144.
All right, moving on to resolution 2025-02, we'll open discussion about the proposed resolution number 2025-02, authorizing the mayor to enter into a lease purchase agreement between the City of Odessa, a multi-tractor, and John Deere Financial for the lease of a mini excavator contingent on attorney review. Discussion time.
I have some questions for Darren. We looked at the contract. What are we doing for maintenance on it?
We don't have any maintenance on it. We're under 300 hours a year, so there's no maintenance on it.
That's what I was curious about, because it specifically said no maintenance clauses or anything.
Yep.
So I just wanted to
No
verify.
maintenance on it, well, we won't even put enough hours on it.
That's what I thought, yeah, 200 hours is much.
This is great savings.
It is.
It is.
It's gonna save us,
Yeah.
because this year's almost 12,500
Yeah.
in total, so,
And now it's gonna be 6,240.
yes, and we'll have a bigger
That's
machine.
like half.
That's great.
It's no brainer to me.
And 3 buckets instead of
More
1.
buckets.
Yeah.
All right.
Good move.
Any further discussion? Take a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 2025-02, John Deere lease purchase agreement.
I'll second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor? 6-0. Now, we'll have our discussion on the 1912 bill. We'd like to open the discussion. And we do have Adam Couch in the building. Adam, if you go ahead and come on up. I'm sure there's going to be questions.
Yeah, appreciate you making some time, man.
Trust me, I'm glad. I had another meeting to be at, but my issue got tabled, so. And I,
Glad it worked out.
Yeah.
So walk us through what you're looking for, extension wise, the contract change.
yeah, so what we're coming to you with this time is, changing the construction start time from 90 days to 180. Okay, and then pushing the closing back to, I think, March 6th. Was it 6th? I keep saying March 6th. And then also, we're supposed to bring a letter of credit at closing, a quick claim deed, letter of credit at closing. We'll bring the quick claim deed to be held in escrow in case the project defaults or we don't get it done or anything like that. The letter of credit, we're not gonna have that by closing. So I'm asking that we have in that same time frame for construction, another 180 days to obtain the letter of credit. Other than that, that's what we're asking for. We'll be ready to close March 6th. We'll be ready to go to the building and we're ready. That's what we're asking for. I had spoken with the mayor and the city administrator, and I've spoken with Alderwoman Naylor and Alderwoman Starr. The project has changed. It's still the school building, but I want to show you kind of what we're looking at now. So for us to do the building and the scope of the project, as we dug into it and talked to our engineers, and as we looked to put together construction documents, to be able to do the project, we're going to have additional doors, the multifamily around it in the green space. It's not, personally for me, I'm not speaking for anybody else in the company, but for me, it's not the most ideal. I like the green space. We still have some, but we cannot do the project without that. I mean, that's the bottom line. If we're going to do that project the way we want to do it, to the quality that we want to do it, what you have in front of you is essentially what we're going to have to do. Is those triplexes and quadplexes. Now I'll tell you some of that, it may change a little bit, but in substance, that's what we've got. Everything else within the contract, how we have it set up for the school itself, will stay the same. So we're looking at roughly 29 units in the school building, and then I think another 30-ish in the multifamily. I say multifamily, the quadplexes and triplexes. The whole area is zoned R3, but again, we didn't want to take control of the property and just build it without bringing it to your guys' attention first, that this is what it's going to have to look like for us to do the project. So, like I said, those three things, essentially, the construction, push it to 180 days, another 180 days on the letter of credit. Or if we're willing to speak with the city, the attorneys, about something else. Like I said, you guys still have a reconveyance with the quick claim deed, but that, and then close March 6th, and we talked about closing at our meeting, where it's going to be and things like that. So I will try to answer any questions that you have.
I don't think in the original contract there was anything specified on what was going to happen with the green space or anything outside of the actual structure itself, right? We weren't dictating anything.
You have that. It just stated that there would be green space.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right?
it stated there will be green space.
Community space.
Yeah, there wasn't anything. No, you guys didn't dictate anything, but I still wanted to bring it to your attention that, hey, this, so whenever construction started, people see things dirt being moved over there where the basketball court is, they're not coming to you wondering what's going on, but
It'd be your space to develop.
it is, but like I said,
So
it is, but like I said, when we first discussed the project, we were hoping it would be just the school building and maybe one or two, but it's not going to be that way.
So our infrastructure, water, sewer can accommodate. Have you had engineers look at that, or do we
Not in
know?
totality on that, but
I've just heard about that. I haven't did any water testing over there to see what, are you gonna have fire suppression in the old school building? Is that gonna be all fire suppression?
we'll have to, I believe by code, we'll have to have a sprinkler system.
So, yeah, I probably need to run some flow tests over there, make sure lines are good enough for all of that.
But
That's-
we do have the 8-inch line on, we have a smaller line on
It's on
Russell,
Dryden.
but an 8-inch line on Dryden
And it goes up to Orchard.
to Orchard.
And on that one side, on the east side. The other two are 6-inch lines. So, the school comes off a 6-inch line, and the other apartments that's on Orchard will come off a 6-inch line. So just need to make sure that we got good flow over there. I think it will probably be fine for that. That area of where the houses are going was set up for a college that was gonna come to this town before it went to Warrenburg. So there's, I think you'll have plenty over there.
Yeah, I think there used to be houses that sat over there for
Yeah.
almost years ago. But
On the green space?
yeah, facing Orchard there.
And then equally, a concern for the sewer, just,
The sewer
that's
should
a
be
lot of water and sewer going on right now.
Sewer should be,
fine. The sewer should be fine.
Well, I'll just, are you done?
For now.
You know, we have like the whole Russell now, the water line on Russell. Is it just up the street that's bad, like, or is this need,
It's
or we
from
need to kind of,
Orchard to Chestnut.
that it's bad, not driving?
No, that's new. There's an 8-inch line.
Okay, because I know Russell's,
Yes, from Orchard to Chestnut is what we're wanting to replace.
okay. What about parking, Adam? You think we got enough parking?
So that's one thing that we were talking to, that's another thing that engineers and I are working through is, I think by code, we're supposed to have 2 spaces per unit. We're gonna be just shy of that. So we were going to probably look at a variance, but again, we're not to the construction document phase on it yet. But
Those streets are just not very wide along there, especially at Orchard, and, for cars to be parked, because you're gonna have a lot of units here where I can probably see quite a bit of parking happening on Orchard.
And there's some things that we can do with that document that I gave you. Like I said, that's kind of it's a rough estimate. There's some things we can cut down on some of that space to get some additional parking spaces in there. Once we get a more firm number of units that we're gonna have.
Okay, and then, this is a historical school building. Are these going to look historical type units to maybe fit in with that? Or do you have any idea what you're planning what it's going to actually look like in all this area? Any ideas?
Our plan is that everything will look similar. It will
Like
match.
brick on the front
That
and
is
all of
our
that?
plan, yes.
That's
Yeah.
what,
That's
kind of
our
make it
goal.
look like it all fits in there?
Worked on this project a long time, many years with this building, and I want to do it right, and I want it to match and look good, and I will do everything that I can to ensure that happens.
Okay. And then is this sidewalk around here that you've got marked on here? Is that like,
Around your green
is that what
space.
that means?
Looks like.
Yeah, that's sidewalk, yeah.
So, and then you're gonna have this green space in the middle here. that-
Have the green space,
Yeah.
yeah.
So will will you come back next month and are we kind of
God, I
getting to the
hope
end of the?
No, this is it. If I come back next month, then you guys, we're gonna kill the deal.
Okay,
I'll tell you, if you guys don't kill it now.
well,
Like I said, we're not voting on it tonight, so.
Yeah,
So
so,
we'll have it next week. This is just.
no, like I said, so this is just how we can get the doors that we need in the space. There may be some shifting of the apartments you know, and get, it's just like the sidewalk project, any project that we've done. It's, you know, once you start getting into it, fine tuning it, looking at code and things like that, setbacks were taken into consideration on this document itself. But once you get into really the nitty gritty details and the construction of it, some of that can change. Parking spaces, that can change. We can move those buildings in and it will reduce some of the green space to add more parking spaces. I'd rather not, but if that's what we have to do, then we'll do it, you know.
So our contract originally, like we started our conversation, is like, we could sell this to you and you could pretty much do whatever you wanted to, but I think there were a few stipulations in that contract as far as like, you couldn't develop this, sell it to you and then sell it to somebody else, right? Right?
I believe there are provisions in the contract
Like
that
to
protect the city.
Protect that, and
Yes.
there's still all that in there about a police station is gonna have to stay there until.
It doesn't, so the police station doesn't have to stay there. Once you guys figure out where the police station is gonna go, once they move out, they're out.
Yeah.
And I would.
But there's the lease agreement
Yes.
for the
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
rental
the
of
lease
it.
agreement's in there and
So can you explain to me the credit report that you got, or the document you said you've got to have at closing, but we need to extend that? Is that what you just were telling us about?
yeah, the letter of credit is basically just the financial accountability that we can fund the project. It's for the amount of the entire project. Well, we don't have the exact amount of the entire project because we don't have the construction documents yet.
So we can close, so explain that a little bit.
Well, we probably need to, we'll probably work through that a little bit up until the next meeting. We haven't quite sorted all those details yet, but the document, the agreement that we have today requires the quitclaim deed and the letter of credit
And that's,
at closing.
And you're saying that at closing, that letter of credit probably won't happen because you don't have.
we don't have it yet. We won't have it ready in time. It's it's insurance to the city that the project's gonna get done. And then the quitclaim deed is if we don't get it done, then we deed the property back over to the city within the specified time frame. You know, if there's not a certificate of substantial completion done by the time, I think we have a year after the police station moves out, that the city, there's you know, appraisal that happens and the city takes it back over. I think the city can exercise one of the two remedies when it comes to that, until basically for another 180 days. If we were to default, you would have the one remedy, which would be the quitclaim deed, the way I understand it. So.
Okay.
Alderman Black, the 1912 building you said is going to be senior citizen living?
It's stipulated in the contract. The idea is 55 and older.
Is that for the units also?
The contract will apply to all the units.
So those would be senior citizen also?
What's in the contract is what we're gonna follow.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think we stipulated external structures in the contract, did we? It was just the 1912.
It is, but we're gonna carry that over. And yeah, we're not gonna,
Yeah, that's the
we're
intention.
treating it all as the same.
I think the only thing in the contract was the green space, and we didn't specifically say, oh, it's gotta be X amount of square feet, right?
It didn't, and actually, I believe, Shauna, correct me, I believe that actually probably does need to be. I'm getting my
Adjusted.
term sheet and the contract mixed up, that may.
Yeah, because the project says the developer will convert the 1912 building into approximately 25 to 30 affordable maintenance-free housing intended to serve residents 55 years of age and older as demand permits. So,
Changing that number, 29 to 29.
so you're saying you're open to a clause that says any additional multifamily would be subject to the same thing?
Yeah, I'm open to that. Yeah, that's how we're gonna do it, but yeah, if you want, we can put that in there too. Yeah, we're gonna follow, we would follow the same procedures with it that we did. We have an idea for that area. and the population, needs that we have, that we want to try to serve.
One question I have is, I know one thing we did stipulate, specifically for the 1912 building, is the use of the gym for public basketball and stuff like that. Is that
So,
changing? Because I can't see a bunch of older people really liking the gym being used.
Well, unless you're playing pickleball.
So it was,
Well, but
so technically it was worded that for underneath the school board renovations, it says creation of a community space, which may be used by the city through a rental agreement. And then that's under item A. And then under item B, it says gymnasium upgrades, which consist of stair and handrail upgrades as needed, energy efficient lighting, HVAC upgrades, and then new paint throughout and general cleaning. So, yeah.
so what our plan is there, and, I would have brought you drawings of what we were gonna do inside, but honestly, it's like I told the mayor, it's a colored blob, and so you can't really.
it's a block diagram.
What our intention is with the gymnasium is to add, kind of like what they did with Temple Arena, add a level in there, and then utilize the community space, either on the top and the bottom floor, the community space, rec area for that,
I don't know how tall the gym is.
It's pretty tall.
So that you could
Yeah.
put 2 stories in it and still have a gym on the lower side?
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, you're not gonna,
Building.
have the same height or,
Doesn't need to be
But
40 feet tall.
you'll have space down there,
Okay.
Yep. There will be a community space.
I'm just curious the impact it would have on some of the tenants. Having that be used, I think it would be a great asset to the community to have a gym that can be used in a community space like that, an indoor place. But you also have tenants there as well that are signing leases that probably not gonna want. They may have a specific noise ordinance that they're willing to sign to that isn't conducive with a gym. So, that's all that I have.
Well, I want to say I appreciate all your efforts that
Yeah,
you have
thank
been
you.
working on this. And, I mean, personally, I feel like we can work with you, but, it's coming back and coming back and coming back. So, do you feel like maybe now, I don't know how you predict what costs are going to be to this thing by the time you get it done anyway. So do you feel like you've got her kind of nailed down here if you can add all of these additional units?
Yeah,
or-
yeah, I think, like I said, what you have there is what we're gonna go with.
Okay.
What do you think it's gonna cost just for the 1912 building, just to get it in a habitable state?
I don't want
Have
to
you
speculate.
looked into that or not?
We have, but I don't want to speculate right now. Yeah.
We know it needs a roof for sure.
And I want to say too, this green space is not public. So, right, this will just be for you.
Correct, yeah.
Right. So I think there's kind of some misconception out there too that you're going to create a public space and it's not. It's not, but it's never been.
Yeah.
Right. So,
Well, and I also want to say, and I do appreciate your patience. I know Alderman Carey, we had a discussion last time, and trust me, nobody wanted to not do this more than me. We do care about this project, and one of my partners, is local, and actually 2 of them are. So there's more than just doing a project here. And one of the things last time we talked about, we were going to do the project ourselves. We're not going to do it ourselves. We're going to contract it out because we can't do it justice. We want something good. And so that's kind of been a thing. I think it's going to be good for the community. I think it's something that hopefully people will be proud of. Hopefully we can make this monumental change, and it'll last for another 113 years. I do appreciate your patience and your willingness to work with me. A lot of time, but it's fine. It's gonna be worth it. And I kind of look at it like any other public project. Like I was talking to the mayor, the sidewalk project that's been going on. Bruce and I had a conversation years ago, and before we put up the rails. I mean, that's, gosh, I still have a little bit of hair then. So, you know, there's changes, and we haven't done a project like this, so there were a lot of surprises. And I get some of the apprehension. If we can do these changes March 6th, I'll meet the city down at Trimble Title, and we will gladly take this off your hands. And hopefully, and start moving some dirt.
Not that it makes any difference, but are you planning to manage this yourself? Or do you have, not, I mean, it's not really for me to ask, you know, but sometimes people build things and then hire this outside management company to come in.
So far, up until now, we managed it, so.
Yeah.
And I don't, I'll be honest with you, I haven't thought that far ahead, but I don't foresee.
You get where I'm going,
Yes, absolutely.
you know, a big company comes in.
We're gonna be
or
involved.
state,
We're gonna be involved.
That's.
We're gonna be involved.
Well, I guess my only concern maybe is the parking.
Yeah.
So I do live in that area, it is in my ward. I'm, you know, probably gonna get some feedback from some of the people in my ward about adding, you know, all of these units in there, but it looks good, but my only concern maybe would be parking and on the streets and stuff with that many
Okay.
units around there.
Well, and like I said, as we move through it, there's some things I think that we can fine tune and get more parking spaces. If we come a little bit short.
Are you gonna have it fenced? I mean,
I don't believe so.
Yeah.
That's not,
Okay.
I don't think so. I don't. Unless I can do
you
it.
get where I'm coming from on, it's those small, just this, you know, there's the church and that's always a busy parking and that small orchard and even on Russell, they're just not wide streets.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Parking cars along there, so that would be my initial comment.
Yeah.
And that's all I have.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll, all right, I get where you're coming from.
Thanks for coming tonight.
Thank
You
you.
know, I really appreciate
Hey,
it.
no problem. I was glad, because, you know, I'll tell you, your next meeting, the 24th, I will not be able to be here. I'll be at the fire department that night. So, if you have any questions in the meantime, please don't hesitate to call. I get it. It's, I've thrown a lot at you here and over the last couple months. And I do mean this. I like you, but I hope I don't see you from this vantage point again for a while.
I'll probably be calling.
Yeah, but seriously, in all seriousness, I do appreciate the consideration on this stuff. I know you guys are concerned and want it to be good, and trust me, we feel the same.
Nikki, what were your initial thoughts if you talked about it?
I had no concerns because of that.
Right.
If it was just Joe Blow off the street, I might have.
Okay.
But with Adam and his group, I really have no concerns. I think if Adam wants to do it well. He's not just gonna go in there and throw up a bunch of crap and, you know.
Okay.
And by the time it gets built, Mason may be managing it.
I hope it's not.
I hope not either.
If it takes that long, then we have another conflict.
But I'll be fair, we're bringing about that.
Well, I don't know, Mason's 11 going on 40, so
Well, they
there
have,
you go.
the contract is for 2 years to do it, so.
No, I have absolutely no concern. I totally think he's gonna do it right. And I mean, he's definitely got my blessing.
Bob?
At this stage, we're being requested to give time to March 6th. Is that the date that we're looking at?
March 6th, and that is the last time.
And just from what I've seen here, are you doubling the size of the project?
The unit wise, essentially.
Okay.
With extra units?
And I assume financially that makes it a lot more palatable for
Yes.
you? Yeah, I don't have a difficulty with giving you the time to go ahead and get this done.
Okay.
The way your group thinks it should be done.
Appreciate it.
I'm gonna go around the room, I want to hear everybody's thoughts. Especially while he's here and you can speak to him.
I already did.
Okay, another one? Carla, anything more?
No, I don't. I feel like our community has a need for 55 and older husbands.
Well, it's a lot to think about, and we'll come back to the next meeting, so I appreciate
Thanks,
coming tonight with this information,
Appreciate
and we've got a little
Yeah,
time.
you bet. And I don't know how you feel about special meetings, but if you call one for this and I'm off, then I'll be more than happy to come back.
Okay.
But,
I'm okay with that too.
good. All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
If you need something, holler.
Thank you.
You bet.
That concludes the discussion. Our next scheduled meeting is Monday, February 24th. Right here at 7 o'clock.
5:30.
Well, this is, for the budget workshop. 5:30 for the budget workshop, then into our regular scheduled meeting at 7 o'clock. Okay, so, and with that, I will take a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
A motion and a second, all in favor? 6-0, thank you.